Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? LiveWire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is LiveWire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, guys, what's good? Welcome to another LiveWire Sports Media. If I do say this was the worst officiating game of any sports that I have witnessed in my entire life. The New York Liberty pretty much, with the help of the referees, holds the Minnesota Lynx by a score of 67-62 in overtime, where the game should have been over in regulation. But Alana Smith went up to contest Breanna Stewart's shot, which prior to the shot, Breanna Stewart traveled, which that should have been called. If that was called, that would have ended the game. It didn't have to worry about the shot. But you can see clearly Alana Smith, who got hurt early in the quarter, but managed to come back, contest the shot, got all hand on the ball, and then Breanna Stewart shot and missed it over the rim. But they called a foul on her. And then Breanna Stewart made her free throw. Well, I think during that time she missed her free throw shots or whatever the case might be. But nevertheless, that changed the game. That changed the game for them. Because previously she missed 2 free throws. That one right there was to send them in overtime. Because if she, like I said, they had called to travel before, then there was no way that Breanna Stewart would have be able to get that shot off. The ball would have went to the Fever. I mean, I got the Indiana Fever on the brain. The ball would have went to the Lynx, and then the Lynx would pretty much could win the game. Now the Lynx had chances, but I don't know what was the situation with Courtney Williams, and she was in and out the game a lot. Some say that she was tired, but don't know. But they couldn't get no floor. They really need a true point guard, because as good as Courtney Williams is, she's not a true point guard. She's more like a 2 guard, because she does more shooting than she does facilitating. And like I said early in the game when I was going live for the second half, that the game, the Caleb McBride, she kept them in the game because she kept tacking the basket. She tacked the basket. But nevertheless, the game came down to the officials. The officials kept continuously been a part of the playoffs, up and down. No matter who was at home, they had a hand in it. And you could clearly see that the momentum of the game started shifting towards the end of the second quarter, and then leading out to the third quarter, because Subley had, I think she went to the free throw line 3 times. She made 5 out of the 3 times she went. She had 9 points in the quarter that helped them. And they was just calling all kind of, and especially Paul Alana Smith, they was calling all kind of fouls on her. And you could tell that the momentum of the game changed, because at the end of the third quarter, the Liberty went on a 20-10 run. Well, outscored them 20-10 in that quarter. So leading up to the fourth quarter, it kept going back and forth, low-scoring game throughout the whole fourth quarter. But then it got down to the last few. Now, I'm not a huge Cheryl Reeve fan, but I have to be on her side with this, because this was a rigged job. You could tell it was rigged. You could tell that they had all the stars out there. They had Spike Lee. They had Teresa Witherspoon. I mean, I understand she played for the Liberty. I mean, back in the day, but had Angel Reese out there. I don't know why she's there. She just wants to be a groupie of some form of fashion. But nonetheless, I'm gonna show you the play that really got everything rolling, because this right here, it goes to show you how the WNBA, well, the referees in any sport, WNBA football, NBA, they change the momentum, because there's no way that this game should have continued in regulation. No way. And been forced to overtime. Shouldn't have. And then in overtime, you had Caleb O'Brien with the steal, and clearly she has the right away, and trying to say, well, Breanna Stewart had a shoulder ahead of her. If you make a steal and you grab the ball to run up and you get sandwiched and you get fouled in the process, that's a clear path foul. That means the Lynx would have had 2 shots at the free throw line, plus they would have got the ball on the side. And the potential, they could have easily went up 4 points. But they say it was a common foul, which I don't believe that's a common foul, because you had Sobley on the other side that fouled her. I don't believe Breanna Stewart fouled her, and if she did, still, it was after the fact that Caleb McBride got the steal and charge ahead. So, me personally, that was another factor. Then one when Fee had slipped on the back door on the sideline and got the ball, but then what she should have did is just went up and allow Breanna Stewart to foul her and put her on the line, because she probably would have made a 3-point play. But she stopped and faked, and then that's when Sobley came behind her and blocked the shot. Did she hit her hand? Yeah, she hit her hand, but there was a no call. But anyway, I'm gonna show you this clip real quick.
She catches the arm of Stewart there. I don't know. That looks clean.
Even Ryan Wickle said she catches the arm of Stewart there. That looks clean, because it was literally, she had all ball. She hit all ball in that game. And you could tell me, and this is why the WNBA has so hard times having fans, because of the idiot. We've seen this all year with the referees, especially when they came to Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark get fouled. She shoots a 3. She don't have they don't give her no spot to land, and she fussing with the refs. She gets texts and stuff like that, and you can blatantly see it. But Cheryl Reeve wasn't having it. She was livid. But I'm gonna show you something else, because this goes to show you how coaches really think of the game when it comes to embellishing calls or getting calls your way. Take a listen. Sandy Bordello said, if you think it's going to be a foul, embellish it. That means make it believable. Try to sell the foul to get the referees to call it. So she's telling them to fake like you're getting fouled to get the ball. Now, when that was her, they cut her mic off, but it's too late. The clip is out there now, and like me personally, I feel like at the end of the day, that as you're a coach, you shouldn't tell your players to cheat to get a call. If they are talented enough to get to the basket to get a call, then they should be able to get a call without having flopping or faking, in which they do a lot. I get on the men in the NBA for flopping a lot, but as I have watched this whole entire season, these women flop entirely too much, and it's bad. It's really bad. I've seen some of the worst flopping and where it's like all air. And And the thing about it is, Breanna Stewart had a poor game. Breanna Stewart had a poor game. If it wasn't for Jaquia Jones carrying the team, and Sobley coming off the bench and contributing, New York Liberty wouldn't even been in this game, even despite the help with the referees. So, me personally, I feel at the end of the day, this was a rigged job. This was something that they wanted to done because the Liberty has not been in the. They have been 0-5 in the finals, and finally, after 30-something years, they got the one championship. Now it's so funny because I have a clip of Cheryl Reeve taking a shot at the Liberty about they finally getting a championship. But I want you to hear what she had to say before that.
Could have done some things right, but you shouldn't have to overcome to that extent. This shit ain't that hard. Officiating it's not that hard. When someone is being held, be consistent. If you don't want to hold it one end, don't call it the other. Be consistent. Every team asks for that, right? Sandy asked for that last game. So 3 of the games in the series, we're talking about the same damn thing, right? So I tell these guys, for whatever reason it didn't work out, right? It just doesn't feel right that you lose a series with that level of discrepancy, and we don't have a team that whines and complains and, all that stuff. And, sometimes it probably hurts us. Maybe being a little more, I don't know, something. But I just think that, you have a star player like Fee, I don't get it. I don't get how she can be held and go to the basket and get hit. And then a marginal, at best, sends their best player to the free throw line. That's tough. It's tough to swallow. Just like our 2016 championship that was lost. Officiating, missing a shot clock violation. This sucks. This is for a championship, right? For both teams. Let them decide it. What contact is legal should be the same for both teams. This isn't that hard. And so it's disappointing. Congratulations to the Liberty on their first championship. Been around, I don't know, how long has the league been around? 28 years? It took them 28 years. Congrats to them. We were that close to our 5th. Just didn't happen, right? It's disappointing. It's incredibly disappointing. But these guys, they got to try to pick themselves up and go, we were that damn close. And, it hurts. It hurts.
Coach, Kalen DeFisa, thank you.
Thanks.
Now, you heard that part of what she had to say about it should have been a level of consistency because, like she said, throughout the series, her and Sandy Bardello, because remember, you go back to Game 4 when Game 3 when Cheryl Reeve made a comment about the referee should be consistent on both sides. She didn't ask for favorable calls. She just said, hey, it needs to be consistent on both sides. Then in Game 4, you seen the Liberty was getting the Lynx was getting favorable calls. Then in this game, going into this game, after Game 4, you hear Sandy Bardello came out whining and complaining, and everything. And we already knew that was going to be the tie to break either to get the Liberty would have to win either by the referee's help or the Lynx would have to overcome the Liberty and the referees. And they almost did it. But at the end of the day, you're looking at it as such as the whole league is rigged. It's just the whole league is rigged. Like I said, we could go back to all the FIFA games that we have watched and see all the bad calls throughout the games. And then look at through the playoffs, there was the same thing. Bad calls all across the board. No consistency for these referees. These, to me, I think these like Walmart or Sam's Club referees, because these referees don't know how to call a game. There was literally one time this year we literally watched the referee did not call the poke in Caitlin's eye, didn't call a call when she got landed on her feet. A defender landed in her space. You see, the official caller is probably one of the top 5 players in the WNBA, and she's a superstar, and she can't even get favorable calls because you want to make sure that Breanna Stewart legacy stays intact for not going to overcome the final. Me personally, I just don't think she's that good to me. And if you need the referees to bail you out to help you win games, then that just go to show, to me, talent-wise, that just don't show how good you are. Because you got to get bailed out. You have to get victories by referees cheating for you. It's not because you go out there and dominate the game. I mean, the Lynx had that opportunity, granted. But at the same time, there was an uphill battle because when the Lynx went out to a 10-point lead on them and they went into halftime by 7, we already knew the tide was turning. See, they needed to be up at least by 15 or 20 to even have a clear shot of them not coming back. But again, it wouldn't have made no difference because the referees would have gave crazy calls. You see Jonquel Jones holding Alana Smith. Now they did call that, but you see, you see there was a lot of hugging. They were fouling the Fisher so much she couldn't get no calls, and it's frustrating. But to me, I think Cheryl should have got really animated. You know, she probably would have got a text for it, but still. But I'm glad that she stood her ground because whether we like her or not, she's saying something that we all talked about, the refereeing. Now, if she had won the finals, she wouldn't have said anything because Sandy Bardella would have been complaining about the referees. So either or, but I do like what Cheryl do because Cheryl she doesn't care. She says what she has to say. She doesn't take it back. You know, she tells it just like it is. She say, hey, if y'all gonna write articles about her whining and complaining about the referees, then bring it on because she's not going to come off our stands. Now I'm gonna let you listen to this one last clip before I close out.
And I know all the headlines will be Reeve cries foul. Bring it on, right? Bring it on. Because this shit was stolen from us. Bring it on.
Coach, when you make a comment like that, what do you say to your ladies on the team about how to process this?
Well, we talked about it, we know we could have done some things, right? But you shouldn't have to overcome to that extent. This shit ain't that hard. Officiating.
So just like she said, she believes it. She said it. She said it was stolen from her. It was stolen. And me wholeheartedly believe that this was a bad game. The start to the finish. It was bad. The game should have never went in overtime. The Lynx should have had won in regulation. They should have been crowned WNBA champions. But like Cheryl Reeve said, refereeing shouldn't be hard, but it's not because you got a lot of riding on it, Betty, and all of this stuff. The New York Liberty has their own set of fans, but come on, man. If that's the case, they could have pushed for the New York Knicks to go to the finals and win. Because my thing, the Liberty the Liberty has their first title. The Lynx has 4 titles. 4. So, but do I believe the official caller should have won her first? Yeah, I believe so. But it didn't happen that way because we have incompetent referees. We have abandoned misfits that run the league. And you got a player in Breanna Stewart who's probably around 30, 31 now, and it's pretty much. I said it in my live stream. This New York Liberty last title. They're not going to win a title for a long time right now, so they better save that. They better save they better save that, because the fact of the matter is they're not going to see that a title no time soon. No back-to-back, no three-peat, none of that mess. Yeah, Breanna Stewart be 31 going into the next season. So, yeah, she's getting up there. So, and I don't know how long she has left. She has less to play the game, but she's up there. And I just feel like at the end of the day, and they definitely going to be losing some pieces on that team. If you look at it, Jalen Sherrod, she's a free agent. Ivan Dokic, she's a free agent. Kennedy Burke is a free agent. So they're gonna be losing some pieces. Breanna Stewart, Courtney Vanderbilt Stewart, she's a free agent. Breanna Stewart, she's a free agent. So they're most likely to sign her back. She'll sign back. But all in all, man, I agree with Cheryl Reeves. This was stolen. This was bad basketball from start to finish. Both of these teams play bad. And to be honest with you, it was not entertaining at all. The Lynx should have walked away with this by a double-digit win. It should have been that. It should never have been that hard. The referees didn't consistently make calls on both sides, especially when your two top stars on your team shoot poorly, and you can't, because the defense wasn't good, but because they got favorable calls from the referees. That's the reason why they stayed in the game from the get-go. So my thing is this, well, at the end of the day, now the season's over, we can focus on free agency, and I can focus on more of the Indiana field. But I will be bringing a video to you between tomorrow and Tuesday about free agents that the Indiana Fever should get. But until then, hey, glad the season over with.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? LiveWire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is LiveWire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.